Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to episode 243 of Dude and a Monkey. My lord. My name is Ian.
250 approaching.
Shut the fuck up, Noel. I haven't introduced you yet. I am Ian Loring. He is...
Mark Foster. Hello, everybody.
And that one is...
Noel Mellor, hello.
So, Noel's with us. So... Is it going to be a DC film he surprisingly likes or a Marvel film he surprisingly hates? We'll have to find out.
There is a pattern, isn't there?
Yeah, there is a little bit. So as we visit the lovely world of Wakanda with a look at Black Panther, we were going to do 50 Shades this week, but we didn't. I've kind of got a feeling maybe the zeitgeist has already gone on that. That's kind of come and gone as such.
Yeah, it feels a little bit like what's it called, like Allegiant all over again.
Yeah.
Like
it is contractual obligation to the max, including with the 40-year-old divorcees going to watch it.
Are we actually going to review it, Mark? Like real talk now.
I'm going to go and see it because I have to, but I have no problem with you not going to see it. No. Else.
I'm going to do it. Like if you're going to see it, I'll go see it. I've already seen The Shape of Water anyway. I take it we're doing that next week as well.
Yeah, we'll be doing both of those. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So,
I've got a question.
Yes.
I've got a question. Is this the third one or the second one?
It's the third one.
Third.
I can't remember if I've seen the second one. I don't remember there being a second one.
You haven't seen the 50 Shades of the Chronicles of Riddick poster.
I don't even know if I have.
Do you remember Kim Basinger? Do you remember Kim Basinger being in one?
Oh yeah.
He has the helicopter crash, and they're all worried about him, and then he just
arrives.
To his
so vague.
No, Ian,
it's like a dream or something.
Remember the most important bit of the film: the fact that for no apparent reason there is a good long shot of the Chronicles of Riddick poster.
Oh no, I remember
in his fucking bedroom.
The flashback to when he's a youngin. Yeah,
but even when he's having the conversation with her in his childhood bedroom, they're doing it in front of the Chronicles of Riddick poster.
I thought it was a flashback. That's funny. Okay, fair enough. All right, well, we will cover 50 Shades Free next week then, because why not? So enjoy that. I'm kind of glad I'm seeing it the second weekend because it's just not going to be as busy.
Yeah,
like it's already down to one screen in the Cineworld here, so
they'll have had a chance to clean the seats.
Yeah, it's. I mean, hopefully they'll move it to a different. Like the Black Panther screenings are going to be the ones where it slightly smells like lady jizz. Now, and and then it's going to be mixing with like fanboy, like frothy sweat, and it's not going to be great.
There is a certain musk you can get at the first screening of a Marvel film at the cinema. You go in and you go, there's a lot of guys that have come out of Mummy and Daddy's basement today.
Yeah. I just rocked up in my fucking shirt and tie, and it was just teenagers all over the place. That was fun.
I didn't speak to from getting in the cinema. I didn't move open my mouth at anything apart from when a guy who came in and sat down next to me literally just before the film was about to start, and I must have shot him the most fucking dirty glare in the world without actually kind of meaning to do it. I just said, "Are you fucking serious? You didn't come in now?" Literally just as the BBFC title card came in, and he just went and he just held out this massive bag of Maltesers and just went, "Malteser?"
Oh.
I just went, all right, cheers, bud.
Oh, that's actually
I'm just going to put them in there. If you want one, just grab one, mate.
Did he really?
I was like, yeah, and he put them in the cup thing.
That's actually quite nice.
I was like, I'm all right, cheers, mate. And then 2 or 3 times at bits when it kind of went a little bit quieter in the movie, he kind of just nudged me and just sort of pointed at the Maltesers, and I was like, I'm all right, thank you.
That's getting a bit weird now.
And I thought, do you know what? That's just a genuinely nice person that's sat next to me, and I've glared at him because not because he came into the screening late, because he almost came in late.
Oh man, there was some fucking cunts who came in like 50 minutes late into my screening. It's like there's another one starting. Like literally, there was another one starting in 20 minutes. It's just look, you're gonna have to sit through the ads and trailers, but you've actually missed a decent portion of the first act here. Just fuck off.
There was something recent that we saw that was quite an emotional film. I can't remember what it was. And somebody, like 4 lads came in like 10 minutes before the end, and I had to say to them, because they came in and they were like chatting and sitting down and chatting in the aisle, but they were going to sit down. And I was like, mate, there's 10 minutes of this movie left. Fuck off.
Yeah.
The worst. I don't know if you've ever had. Sorry, go on.
They went, and then the other girl that was in there was me and one girl in the screen, and just turned around and just went, "Thank you."
Nice.
I thought, yeah, well, dickheads.
I don't know if you've ever had it happen. This has happened a couple of times to me, where you get people who wander in about 20 minutes, half an hour into the movie, noisy as fuck, carrying loads of food, sit down, blah, 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 chatting to each other. And then after about 10 minutes of ruining the film, they realise that they're in the wrong film and this isn't the trailers. They've wandered into the screen and then they all march out. So it's like, you've fucking just come in and ruined a film you're not even supposed to be in and then fucked off. Like, I hate it when that happens.
The thing is, I am the arsehole that the minute that when they come in, if they start talking, I will at that point go, shut the fuck up. Because usually I'm on my own, so I don't get embarrassed by it. So when everyone turns around and glares at me, my entire aura just exudes the, am I wrong, though? And then the most wonderful thing about that is when the film finishes and you get up, the glare you get off that person. That I'm just like, do you know what? That's just going to give me energy for the rest of the fucking day. That
it all reminds me of. I know I've mentioned this on the podcast several times, but the drunk old women while Scorsese's Silence was on, and they were just chatting and giggling, and it was like, fuck it. Did you just see Liam Neeson on a poster and just went, oh, I'm sure that'll be a laugh, and you rock up to fucking Silence? Which is probably the most solemn film I've ever seen in a fucking cinema, and it was just me.
I adored Silence in the cinema, but fucking hell, it was work.
Yeah, no, it was. I mean, it's great. It's not a film you put on for fun, and it just me and a couple other people in the screening just telling these women to shut the fuck up. Every 10 minutes or so for about 45 minutes until they finally just gave up and went. Literally, me, and there was me and 2 other separate guys, just every now and then were literally just, would you just shut the fuck up now? It just, oh my God, it's the worst. And everybody complains about Netflix. Suck my fucking dick. Anyway. Right, anyway, that's got my blood boiling. So, we'll also probably talk about some what we watched and whatnot. It feels, to be honest, it's quite late. It feels like we might get a bit tangenty and a bit loosey-goosey. I've got a feeling we'll just see how it goes today. So, first off, I just want to say the new Rampage trailer is, it continues my excitement. I am a big fan of the fact that obviously George and The Rock are going to be mates for the whole thing. I'm glad we're not going to be against George. I don't want to be against George. I am Team George.
I laughed heartily at the moment that George winds that kid up.
Yeah.
The Johnson putting his arm around the person and just saying, just let it go, it's a big arm.
That's
very, very good. That's very good.
I think it's crying out for. I mean, I know we sort of originally had potentially penciled in Pacific Rim to IMAX watch. I think Rampage definitely feels like it should potentially be an IMAX watch.
I've got a feeling it's a couple weeks before Infinity War, but
30th of April, yeah. So I think Infinity War is late April.
30th of April.
13th. Yeah.
I thought it was 30th. I was going to say 30th. That's the weekend of your marathon.
God, could you imagine an Infinity War Rampage double bill? It would just, oh my God. Oh my god!
You're getting a bit swoony over that, aren't you?
Like seriously, I just like if that was the day before the marathon, because I'm not doing any fucking training the day before the marathon, and it was just like I'm gonna go watch Infinity War, Rampage, and eat some carbs.
Yeah,
like that actually would be the perfect day. It would basically be just kill me now, so I don't have to do the marathon. But yeah, like Rampage, I'm very, very hard in all senses of the word hard.
Yeah, I'm very much up for that. I think that film's going to be fucking huge.
Like, yeah.
The tagline is "Big meets bigger" as well, which is great.
It's just between that and Skyscraper, like,
yeah,
it's all Dwayne. It's all
he
Dwayne.
He knows exactly what he's doing as well at this point. Dwayne Johnson, he really does.
Fucking.
I rewatched Baywatch this week, and do you know what? That's a fucking great time, that movie.
As soon as that fucker is on sale on iTunes, I'm going to get it because it's 4K as well.
Yeah, I watched it on. I'd happy pay $5.99 for it on iTunes. I watched it on Sky. It was one of Sky premieres this week, so I was very happy with it.
Have you seen Baywatch yet, Noel?
Oh yeah. I love Baywatch.
Yeah. We seem to be the only three people who did.
No, I think I watched it. I think I watched it
on
a train. I think it was a train watch. I was going to London for some reason or somewhere. But yeah, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, good. That film. Anyway, right. I'm sure there were other trailers, but I'm kind of all about Rampage, to be honest. Were there?
There was The Incredibles 2.
Oh yeah, there was.
Yeah, I did see that.
I've never got the love for The Incredibles, the first one, so I'm just not fussed, really.
I'll say lots to see. I should have a good time. Yeah.
I love the first Incredibles movie. It's right up there with Pixar films for me, but it feels like that time has passed, and it feels a bit like that's passed, and it just feels like, from what I've seen of the trailer and for both of these trailers now, and from what I've heard about it, it doesn't sound like it's going to be doing anything particularly new or interesting. And the thing, I don't care about the baby either. So yeah.
I like the fact that it kind of looks like it is going to continue exactly from where it left off, but then probably jump from there. I want to see the Underminer. But yeah, it just kind of feels like Brad Bird going back to the well. It's like fucking Andrew Stanton after John Carter flopped and he went back and did Finding Dory, and it's like Brad Bird got burned on Tomorrowland, and now he's going back and doing Incredibles 2. I don't know.
They know they're going to get any $700 million.
Yeah, it's kind of easy bank, and then hopefully they can do something they actually want to do next. Because I mean, like Finding Dory was fine, but it was utterly inessential. And I don't know. They've got the whole. It's kind of weird as well that this one, it's really focused on him being the stay-at-home dad and not her being the staying out-of-home crime fighter. And that feels weird. Like, in this day and age, focusing on the male figure feels odd to me. But we shall see. We shall see. Everybody's got to be offended by. I mean, shit. Tangent. Right. Have you guys seen this stuff about the Peter Rabbit film?
Yes.
Like, fuck it. Like,
Becky explained it to me the other night, and I for a minute I went, nah, she's winding me up, and then remembered, no, she isn't. This is what's happened, and the fact that Sony apologised for it is fucking retarded.
Yeah, it just the fact they apologised for it is the thing that really it's not making fun of people with fucking allergies. It's a plot point because apparently he's a bit of a dickhead in the film.
The Simpsons did it years ago.
Oh, but everybody's offended by the fucking Simpsons now. Like, Apu is...
And Principal Skinner, Bart's allergic to peanuts and Principal Skinner's allergic to shrimp, and they just keep throwing it at each other until they both collapse.
Just, oh my god, no one's going to be allowed to have any fun soon. Like, no.
It literally is. It is equilibrium. That's what we're heading to. A perfectly mediocre Christian Bale movie.
I remember loving that film.
I remember liking that.
I really liked Equilibrium, but let's be honest.
I remember thinking that Gun Carter was like the next big thing.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things, right? I enjoyed it. I watched it about 2 years ago and went, that is fine. That movie is fine.
Really?
Yeah. I have no problem with that movie. I enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed my time with it. It's fine.
Wasn't it him and Tay Diggs?
Yes, it was, and Sean Bean dies.
Yeah. Where the fuck? What was
his
Tay
kid
Diggs
grasses him
doing?
out as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his kid grasses him up to the sensory police, doesn't he?
Fucking, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
All I remember is, like, Sean Bean, all I can think of is that he's like a bee in Jupiter Ascending or some shit. Isn't he like a bee man?
He's like a bee man, yeah.
Yeah. Fucking.
Channing Tatum's Wolfcock.
I need to see Jupiter Ascending again.
I don't think you do.
Oh, Eddie Redmayne. Yeah. Oh, and that was released in the Oscar season where he won for Theory
And he
of
hated
Everything, and then fucking
He refused to answer questions.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Anyway, Jupiter Ascending. Fucking hell, that was a film. But yeah,
I actually quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, so did I. I remember being quite positive on it.
I think our thing with that was, our biggest criticism of that it was, Mila Kunis are fucking made. Fuck off.
Yeah. And she turns out to be a space princess. And it's like, well, yeah, of course she is. Like, fuck. Anyway, Peter Rabbit, fucking. It's just the fact that it's James Corden, that film, that really puts me off. Like, the thing
That's
is,
more offensive.
Lottie's fucking down for Peter Rabbit, something fierce, so I'm going to have to do it, but, you know. Right. Any other trailers?
There was a trailer for, I've just discovered that there was a trailer for something called Cobra Kai, which is a sequel to The Karate Kid, which reunites...
Isn't that a TV series?
It's a YouTube series.
Yeah.
A YouTube series?
Yeah. Whatever that means, that reunites Ralph Macchio and William Zadka, who played Johnny Lawrence. That just feels odd.
Yeah, that feels like like nobody wants to see that.
No, and I've just played it as well, and Ralph Macchio just looks. I mean, bless him. He just looks in his late 40s. I mean, you know, he just shouldn't be doing this.
You get the idea as well, though, that Ralph Macchio doesn't actually need to, because he invested quite well, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
he's just doing it just because he's bored.
Well, I've seen his name come up on stuff before, didn't he? What did he get into? What is it he does now? I'm sure he's like, he could be, yeah. I'm sure. Where are we? Oh no, maybe I'm thinking of someone else. I thought he was like a producer or something, or he was. I don't know.
Fred Savage directs shit.
I'm thinking of Fred Savage. And
he was in he guest starred in an episode of Modern Family that Don and I watched the other day. It was fucking weird. But no, he directed quite a bit of fucking Girl Meets World, because wasn't he in Boy? No.
Ben Savage was in Boy Meets
World, and I think Fred Savage directed quite a bit of Girl Meets World or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck, that's a fucking family. Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
No, but I will say the Pacific Rim Uprising trailer, saw it in cinemas before Black Panther.
Nope.
I'm going to enjoy that film. I'm determined to enjoy it.
All right, we'll have you on for it. I think we're going to have to. I'm kind of tempted to come up to Mank for the weekend and we could just fucking hash it out, but it's...
By all means.
Fucking... I don't know. I just got a feeling we might fall out. Like you're just going to be wanting to like it so much. And
I just do. It's what you said though. Like it's the Saturday morning cartoon element of it that I'm just. I just want that type of thing, and I'm a lot easier to satisfy these days with stuff like that. I think so.
Are you tempted to take the little guy at all, or is he a bit too young? Do you reckon?
I don't know. I'd probably want to watch it first, and then he might just switch off at parts and stuff. Really. Yeah.
I tell you what, Lottie wants to see Isle of Dogs, the new Wes Anderson film, and it's just fucking
slow.
Like, it's just like, literally, it's going to be 20 minutes in and she's going to say, Daddy, I want to go home.
See, that's the thing with me. I wouldn't be worried about violence or anything like that in Pacific Rim. I'd just be worried about the fact that I'd spent 20 quid and Charlie was, like, just drifting off 20. Yeah. And the problem is once they start to drift off, they start to think, well, I'll go for a walk around this. And once that happens, you've lost them. Yeah. So it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was going to say, I took Isabel to see Fantastic Mr. Fox at the cinema, and she actually got on with that really well, and I was a little bit worried about that. But again, she was like 5, so... Yeah,
I think what I might do with Isle of Dogs is, like, literally go and see it by myself on, like, the Friday night. And then if it's like, yeah, okay, she might get through that, I might take her on, like, the Saturday or the Sunday morning. And then at least I know I've already seen the fucking thing. And it's like, so it's just like, if she wants to go after 20 minutes, cool. Yeah. Like, it's the Cineworld card helps, to be honest. I'm not saying I'm made of money or anything. It's just like, literally, that will cost me about £4, and I can charge the car in the car park. So, you know, it's fine. Right, okay. Should we go to Wakanda?
Let's go to Wakanda.
Right, let's go to Wakanda. So, Black Panther is directed by Ryan Coogler, and it stars, I was going to say Chiwetel Ejiofor, but that's not right. Chadwick Boseman. Chiwetel Ejiofor was in Doctor Strange, wasn't he? He was in a fucking Marvel film. Right, okay, that's where I'm getting that from. Chadwick Boseman, Lupita Nyong'o, Michael B. Jordan, Daniel Kaluuya. Kaluuya's a drink.
Kaluuya?
Yeah. Daniel Drink. Who else? Andy Serkis.
Winston
Freeman.
Duke.
Winston Duke. Winston Duke. I think that's... Yeah, okay. That's the names of people. Forrest Whitaker and Angela Bassett. They're in it as well. And Isaac Dibankole as man with disc in his lip. Like Isaac Dibankole of a lot of Jim Jarmusch material, who just fucking rocks up in a silent role in Black Panther for some fucking reason. So, Black Panther is the story of T'Challa, played by Chadwick... I almost said it again then. Chadwick Boseman, who is the Black Panther. His father died in Civil War, and now he is the Black Panther, the protector of Wakanda. But entering things is Eric Killmonger, played by Michael B. Jordan. Someone with a secret history connection with Wakanda who believes that he should have the throne. And, you know, it's kind of superhero origin-y type of stuff. Yeah, and Kendrick Lamar does some music, and I quite like Kendrick Lamar. So there's that. Black Panther. So let's go over to the comic book correspondent. Noel, if you liked Justice League more than this, you're a dickhead. What say you?
Well, as I teased, I have my one-word review.
Yeah. Oh God, yes.
So, honestly, my one-word review of Black Panther is, it's fine.
Oh.
It's fine. It does a lot right, but then it does a lot wrong, and it does a lot of things that other films get shit for.
Ooh.
And I don't hear anybody giving this shit for it. I think it starts off well. The first act is strong. The second act drops down a little bit, and then towards the end, it becomes the Phantom Menace, and nobody's accusing it of being the Phantom Menace. It's fine.
Actually, that bit where they were waiting and looking at each other, I directly thought of the Phantom Menace. That's a good shout. Sorry.
It's the thing with that last act is it's got the whole, there's two people fighting in a sort of two people fighting in a sort of cavey kind of electro cave kind of situation. You've got your three armies having a land battle on a sort of grassy area, and then you've got a spacey sort of sky shootout thing going on as well. And you're sort of intercutting between all three of those things. And, people hated that about the Phantom Menace, but nobody's criticising criticising the last act of this.
People hated Jar Jar Binks and Jake Lloyd. Martin Freeman, I think it's fair to say, is objectively better than Jake Lloyd.
It's
and Armored Rhinos and Daniel Kaluuya are better than Jar Jar Binks.
Those are all true, and it's there's a lot that this film, right, but it only does it right. Eric Killmonger is brilliant. But then by the end, we have never in a Marvel film have we literally
No, I don't know what's going on with your mic, bud, but it kind of sounds like you're scratching your fucking pants with your mic.
It might be me moving my laptop here. Sorry.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Never in a Marvel movie have Marvel movies get criticised all the time for pitching the good guys against somebody with equal powers, or someone that's very similar to him, and they literally give Killmonger the exact superpowers of Black Panther. They give him those powers. They give him the exact same suit, and then they make him fight. And I'm not hearing any complaints about it. So I think it's fine. It does some good stuff. Structurally, it's rather different to a lot of other origin-ish Marvel movies. There are certain characters that I really, really liked in it. But I feel a little bit like I have to point out the weaknesses because I don't feel like anybody else is. So... but overall, it's fine. It looks nice.
Okay. All right. No. Sorry. No. That's no. That was no. Mark.
It's fine. It's all right.
Oh God. Okay. Right.
I have a major issue with it. The film is all right. I enjoyed my time with it. I have one major, massive fucking problem with it, though, that makes me go, okay, this, really? Is this what's happening? Because this don't feel right a little bit. Why is nobody pointing this out?
What?
Right. So, just bear with me on this, because this is how I think it went, and I've gone over this a few times in my head, and this is how I think it went, right? So, Michael B. Jordan, right, essentially, Chadwick Boseman's character is set to become king, but anybody can challenge him, right? Then that Winston Duke guy challenges him, and Chadwick Boseman has the Black Pantheriness whisked out of him, and then he fights him as man versus man, not Black Panther versus man, and there we go, and he wins because he yields, and there you go. He gets to still be king, and Winston Duke has to go back into the mountains, right?
Yeah.
Yep. I'm right so far, yeah?
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan turns up and has a right to challenge for the throne. So says that he does. Chadwick Boseman accepts his challenge, right? Gets beat, because he does get beat, right?
Yeah, he doesn't yield, though.
He gets beat. There's no getting away from it. He gets beat.
Yeah, but he doesn't yield.
He gets beat.
Yeah, but he doesn't
The only
yield.
way he can...
He doesn't have to yield. He gets thrown off a fucking mountain.
He gets TKO, right? The only way he can come back from this is if he has the Black Panther in us put back in him, which is technically against the rules. So he gets beat. No getting away from it. He gets beat, right? And then everyone decides, hang on a minute, we don't like this. We don't like this. He's not the king we want. We wanted that other king. This king isn't going to do what we want to do. Do you know what it is? It's a fucking dictatorship. We didn't like that. We don't like this new guy because he's not going to do what he was going to do. And we don't like it because he's not... Oh, no, this isn't right. We don't like this. Let's work away how we can get round this and move these round here so that he can be back. And Black Panther in us, there you go. You can fight. Oh, you're both the Black Panther, so it's fair. Well, not really. He won. Just because you don't like the way he's going to rule, that's not how it works. So the Black Panther is a fucking cheat.
Is it?
Chadwick Boseman
the
is
issue
a
that
cheat.
the issue that I had around that situation, which is the direction that I thought you were going with it, was, I mean, I loved Winston Duke's character in it. I thought he was absolutely fantastic, but I don't get why he helps. Like, there's, this faction in Wakanda that's broken away, that is away from everybody else, that doesn't believe in their system, that doesn't want to support their system, doesn't want to support that king, that wants to use any opportunity they can to dethrone that family and throw them out of power. This random person, Eric Killmonger, comes along and quite fairly, as you pointed out, quite fairly takes the throne, and then all of a sudden, Winston Duke's character is supportive of T'Challa and getting him back in the throne.
But because he's protecting,
Why?
Because he's protecting his people. Because he, like Killmonger, would just come up to the mountains and fucking claim dominance over that next.
Yeah, but he only realizes that when T'Challa points that out to him, and by this time they've already nursed T'Challa back to health.
He also
They've already welcomed the family into the.
He also says a life for a life. Like T'Challa could have killed him in that fight, but he didn't. He was like, "Yield, your people need you," and then let him go. And Winston Duke says himself later on, "A life for a life. I consider this debt paid."
Yeah, okay.
It's still a fucking cheat.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's definitely a point there, but the film is about respecting the old ways but not being beholden to them. You know, it's about knowing your culture but not being afraid to say when your culture is wrong and you
Killmonger
need to
wants
change
to do that.
shit up. Yeah, but Killmonger wants to do that in a particularly
he wants to do it in a
perverse
slightly
way.
more extreme way.
Slightly.
Yes, that's fine, but he's allowed to because he's done what their rituals say they have to do. He's followed all of the fucking rules.
But then he
and they
fucks
go,
over their
hang on a
rituals,
minute,
burning that purple garden.
We don't like it. Doesn't mean there's nothing in it that said that he didn't have to do that. He could be fine going, well, I want rid of all this because I don't want any of this fucking Black Panther nonsense anymore.
Look, fair enough.
And he was a more badass fucking Black Panther than Chadwick Boseman was.
Yeah, I mean, he did pretty emphatically beat him. Like, he really beat him. That whole sort of "this is your king" moment where he's just striking him and beating him. This is your king, and hitting him. He's handed his ass to him there. And then
the only way that T'Challa can beat him is if he gets all his Black Pantheriness back. Which, remember, he's trained as Black Panther, so he knows better how to use the Black Pantheriness than Michael B. Jordan, who's just literally fucking got the Black Pantheriness, and he's like, this is fucking weird, I'm just getting used to this. And then fucking Boseman turns up again, and he's like, didn't I beat your ass like fucking 2 days ago?
Michael B. Jordan's character, to be fair, has been in the military for like a solid decade or so.
But he's not. But yeah, and T'Challa has literally from fucking birth been trained to be the Black Panther.
Well, yeah, but I don't think.
Then yeah, there you go. So he knows how to use all this shit.
Well, I don't know. Well, actually,
Wakanda. To be fair, Wakanda isn't a place that's perpetually under attack.
Yeah, quite.
Whereas Killmonger has, by all the scars on his body, he's killed a lot of fucking people, and he's clearly a killer who has been in the military for a long time, killing people. You don't get the impression that T'Challa's killed that many people.
He probably hasn't, no. But
he's probably done a lot of exercises, and he's done a lot of jumping around in trees. But he's probably not killed that many people because Wakanda is a protected country. Nobody can fucking get in. So
yeah, don't be fucking started on that. Fuck it. It's just so. Hang on a minute. What you're saying
I'm
is
so glad
Wakanda
that
is it's just fucking Korea, innit? It's just North Korea. Telling you, all those people that we see, all those shop fronts that we see, where everyone's all fucking, oh look, isn't it Wakanda? This vibranium great. The minute the fucking cameras went off, it was fucking get back into your fucking hovels.
What?
That.
What?
What is it? It's a dictatorship. We don't like him. We wanted this guy. It's wrong. It's wrong.
It's not a dictatorship.
It's an uprising, isn't it?
No, what is it? Boseman is the next in line for the king. When he gets challenged and beaten fairly, they decide, well, that's not fair. Well, it is. It was fair. And then they decide, well, no, we just wanted him as king. So
but hang on, I don't think it could be a dictatorship if a bunch of people decide upon it.
But by them, it's basically what goes on in fucking Korea.
I'm not sure about that, Mark.
What? So you think that their line to the throne, that they basically just see as their absolute fucking birthright? That's what it is. They get challenged. If they don't win, they still decide to go, well, actually, no, we're still going to do it.
Yeah, but T'Challa himself, isn't forcing those people to make that. He's not oppressing them to make that choice. They decide to make that choice to help him.
If
the decision,
that soldier woman isn't.
No, and she's one of the ones that actually kind of goes, well, actually, no, I'm with what's it? But Kahlua don't. He jumps
I did actually think that they handled that element of it rather well, especially towards the end. The fact that you have split down the middle in Wakanda, you have some people that are, no, we must respect the system. And then some people, we respect the system and I serve the country, not the king. And on the other side of that, you have, yes, but this guy's going to cause all-out war with the rest of the world, so we need to step in and do something. That's why you have that whole battle situation at the end.
Can I say, though?
I did actually think they handled that quite well.
Don't you think, though, that Michael B. Jordan, because he was fantastic in this, by the way.
I wish he was Black Panther.
Don't you think that he would have made a better Marvel fucking overall villain that they were all fucking fighting against? So we had in the first Avengers, we had them fighting Loki, and they're going up against Loki, right? I reckon Michael B. Jordan as an evil Black Panther with all the resources of Wakanda up against the fucking Avengers would be a more interesting than all of the different things they keep doing with Thanos.
It'd be more interesting than Ultron, for sure.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I think what I liked about Michael B. Jordan here was the fact that he was this young guy that had a chip on his shoulder and he wanted to...
He was a bit of a force of nature, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a young upstart. Not a young upstart. He was somebody who had a chip on his shoulder and the bit between his teeth because he felt like he'd been wronged and he was going to pursue this path right through to the end.
Well, it's not just he felt like he'd been wronged. He was wronged. That's the thing. He was. He's completely justified in his opinion. You understand it.
Yeah, absolutely. And the fact that he has to go through all that and his end game is to get to Wakanda and overthrow this situation, become king. Like that journey for him from being, a kid on a basketball court in a rundown suburb whose dad just happened to die, and he's learned all this stuff about his dad, and he's learned all this stuff about the situation. I thought that was a perfect vehicle for Michael B. Jordan. I cannot fault him as a. In fact, I think this film had two super, super strong bad guys in it, and all spoilers all the time. I'm a bit gutted that one of them is now gone for good.
Is this Circus?
Because I would,
He's very good.
He's so much fun in this. The bit when he comes out of that battle thing and just goes, "That was awesome."
Yeah.
Just the bit where he's actually seriously talking about his mixtape.
Yeah,
Like, just
really threw me as well, because like you felt like it was one of those disposable kind of throwaway lines.
and he's like, I can send you a link if you want. You know, and it was
Yeah, send me the SoundCloud link. And even Martin Freeman's like, "Wait, what? Really?"
Yeah.
But yeah,
going back to what you said earlier, Ian, about it.
Oh, by the way, I really liked it. Just by the way.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Ian. What did you think?
What do you think?
I'll take over here.
No, I'm
Ian,
sorry. Like, just to say, just like, because it's been kind of negative. I'll be honest. I thought this was going to happen. Like, and it's fine. It's fine. I just I really, really enjoyed that world.
Good.
And it might be like I said earlier, my audience was really into it. But yeah, I had fun. I thought that the key criticism for me is that I don't think it's Chadwick Boseman's performance, but there are so many really fun characters around him that having the central character basically be going through a crisis of faith and confidence and whatnot basically means that he can't have a lot of fun. And a lot of the characters around him are having a lot of fun. And that's an issue. I mean, Letitia Wright as his sister, she's cracking. She's really, really fun. Like, she's just a good time. Andy Serkis, amazing. Like, he was fucking... I got a kind of a sense he was a little bit one and done, just because he was so comedic. But... Oh, fuck, man. Yeah, that is a shame. But yeah, I really fucking enjoyed it, and the soundtrack's kind of been on hard rotation for me the last week or so. So, yeah, fun.
The thing I do, because I don't... I loved all the supporting cast. I did really enjoy a lot of it. I just think there are some big problems that I have with it that I feel like aren't being addressed. So if I am negative about it, it's for that specific reason. On the whole, I did enjoy it. But I do have concerns about Chadwick Boseman and where we go with this, because I don't think he's particular. I think he's cool, and I think he's regal, which is good.
But he's not as cool as Michael B. Jordan.
He's not.
He's just not.
No. But I mean, they're going. I think they're going for a different thing with him, and that's fine. My concern is the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe is they're going to have to. It's pretty clear to me that the intent is that they're going to move T'Challa and Black Panther into a much more prominent role, possibly into a sort of Tony Stark kind of role. And I'm not saying that he should have the same charisma level as Tony Stark. It's fine that they would play it a different way, but I just wonder if he has the presence and the likability to sit alongside. If they say, all right, between Captain Marvel and Black Panther, those are our new Tony Stark, Captain America, that would reflect how they've taken things in the comics in more recent years. With the Ultimates and stuff like that, so that would make sense. But I just don't feel like Chadwick Boseman's Black Panther is charismatic enough to be a lead in the next level Avengers.
Yeah,
I don't think he's got the chops for it. Maybe that's not what they're going to go with, but it feels like that's what they're angling for.
I think it would serve them well if in Avengers: Infinity War he is a bit more charming. And
I think he's going to have to be.
Yeah, and just maybe a bit more chill.
He's going to have to let things go a little bit.
Yeah,
yes, exactly.
Yeah, which I think he might well be. I mean, the end of the film is
I'm not saying he has to suddenly turn into Robert Downey Jr.
No, absolutely.
There needs to be a little bit more warmth, I think.
Well, that's it. He was a lot less brooding, I think, in this. There was more moments of sort of levity within his character in this than I think I remember in Infinity War. Civil War.
Civil War, he's basically trying to fucking murder someone. So yeah.
Black Panther seemed to do that a lot. His dad murdered his brother, didn't he?
But I mean, I like that aspect, man. I mean, and just the fact that you never really got any closure between him and his dad in that like alternate dream world. Like, it basically, the last interaction between him and his dad is basically him going like,
"You're wrong.
You're wrong. This whole thing is wrong. We need to fix this." And it's like they don't reconcile, and maybe in the next one they will or something, but they don't reconcile. He just moves on. I hope they do.
Reconciling.
I hope they do.
That kind of that moment kind of gives him the perspective to look at his dad as flawed and look at it and say, look, I don't need to rule Wakanda and be the same Black Panther as he was, because he wasn't perfect with it.
Like,
he wasn't the perfect ruler and the perfect Black Panther that I thought he was. So
that's an arc, man. That's an interesting arc.
It is, and it fits with the wider. It fits with where the film ends up going, where it kind of says, this, that was the Wakanda of the past, the protective, defensive, fearful Wakanda of the past, and this is going to be, the new. As I joked with you on WhatsApp when you suddenly realised you've been watching Mandela Begins, when that scene at the end where he kind of says, "This is the new Wakanda. We're going to help people. We're going to spread our wealth and start to, do something for the world. This is the new Wakanda." So that's that for me. That ties in beautifully with that, and that sense of guilt from T'Chaka as well. That he's kind of, maybe he didn't make the right move when he did what he did. I think you get a sense of guilt from him.
No, absolutely. But it just the fact that arc is the reverse of what these things usually are, and yet it's still weirdly happy because it's moving forward to the future. It's someone, usually it would be someone like finding their dad disdainful or something and then learning to appreciate them. But no, this one is realizing his dad is not the fucking the guy on the fucking perch. And that he really was very, very fallible, and he was wrong in what he did. That's a fucking grown-up, ballsy kind of, but also quite subtle character arc, I think. And I've got to say as well, speaking of subtle, I thought that the stuff that it had to say about race and whatnot was, I liked that it was there, but they weren't smushing your face in it.
It didn't feel that prominent to me, actually. I mean, apart from the bit in which I thought was hilarious, actually, the bit with what's he called?
Winston Duke's
character and Martin Freeman, where Martin Freeman starts talking and they just start barking at him. There wasn't much more than that, really.
There wasn't really.
There was that Michael B. Jordan's like almost final line, though, just the whole kind of like, I want to be buried at sea because my ancestors knew that like drowning in the sea would be better than being in bondage. I mean, that's a fucking strong line.
Yeah, there's an element of, but it's more to do with, it doesn't feel overall the message about the black message is not, we have been wronged by white people. It's been, we have been wronged by ourselves. We didn't. Wakanda didn't. I think there's a line in it where Michael B. Jordan says something like, he's talking about like helping people that look like, why didn't you? There are people like us all over the world, people who look like us all over the world. You've not helped them. So it's more about accusations directed at Wakanda and T'Challa's family than it is about we've been oppressed by white people, because that's not. I mean, the bad world that Michael B. Jordan comes from isn't really touched on. His main motivation really is what happened to his dad at the hand of T'Challa's family. So it felt like the message was that black people need help. Well, it's probably not the right way to put it, but it felt like the message was that this race needs to help themselves and help others, as opposed to they need to overcome something from oppression from white people. So I'm being very careful of the way I phrase it, but that's what felt like it was coming across to me a little bit more. Again, is a much more subtle thing to deal with, I think.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But it also, for me, I don't think it felt like that Ryan Coogler was being reined in. It's like, it's just I get a sense that he knows what he has to do. He's going to... Excuse me, fucking hell. He knows what he's going to have to do. He's beholden to the material and to a certain amount of Marvel Cinematic Universe-ness. But again, as I've always said with these Marvel films, if they get a director who's got a strong agenda or a strong vision, they do let them make their film. You never get a sense with any Marvel film that there's going to be a director's cut. It always feels like, for the most part anyway, that the director is happy with with what's happened. I mean, the only time that hasn't happened recently has been Age of Ultron, and to be honest, I kind of wonder if that's just because Whedon fucking got an overinflated sense of himself. But maybe that's just me.
No, really? You think Whedon?
I don't find that they over. I think Marvel are very balanced with this stuff now, and I think, like you say, when they have a director in there who has a vision of their own and has a direction of their own, they probably don't feel the need to encourage them to lean on the wider MCU stuff, because it's not necessary.
I think
Marvel know that that's not going to help the story.
They made the mistakes, I think, early on.
They did. They made the mistakes with Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
They made the mistakes with Age of Ultron to a degree. And, an Incredible Hulk. And they're now sitting back and watching DC make all those mistakes, but
the
10 times bigger.
They kind of know a little bit now.
The game has changed. Yeah.
Because they've got the confidence. Because you've got to include things like Ant-Man, for instance. I think that they get a lot of this shit sorted before, and I think Marvel very much have an idea before the fucking movie gets made what the movie is going to look like, what it's going to say, and how it's going to go. And at that point, they go, right. And I think what happened with Ant-Man was they went, no, that's not how we want it to go. We'd prefer it to, if we could maybe do this, and Wright just went, no, and walked away. And they got it before they started, because I don't think they want to get to the point where they get 3/4 the way through a fucking movie or to the editing suite and go, fucking hell, this isn't fucking working. What the fuck's going on?
I mean, the thing is that Ant-Man was interesting just because that... sorry, I've got such a cough. that Ant-Man is kind of a weird exception, because that thing had been in development for so long with Wright and Cornish attached that it's almost like the success of the MCU maybe pushed that.
There was no MCU when that was...
Exactly. So that's the thing. It probably...
Testing scenes from that, there was no MCU. So.
Yeah, so Kevin Feige was probably like, look, you guys need to insert X, Y, and Z. And they weren't comfortable with that. Probably fair enough, because that's not what their vision was set like several years ago. Whereas now, with most of these films, they've kind of had them... Well, I mean, pretty much all of them. Now at this point, they've had it planned with an MCU firmly in mind. They know that, and the director knows that going in.
2014, that was announced? That's 4 years.
Yeah, but I mean, like, they like Coogler would have gone in with his eyes open, fully understanding what they wanted. Wright and Cornish like would have been probably a little bit like not blindsided because they were on it for so long, but it probably started turning that way, and they just wanted to see if they could stick with it.
I think the other thing as well is when you look at, let's say compared to what's happening over with the Lucasfilm stuff. I think the Marvel Studios are now in a strong enough position where they've made a couple of early mistakes. They understand their own universe. They understand what levels their individual standalone movies need to be and where the direction needs to be for the bigger bring everyone together things. They understand that story is important. They understand that directors with an interesting vision and an interesting story to tell is always going to be for the benefit of the film and the benefit of the wider universe. They understand all of these things very, very well now, and I definitely think that now they would be in a much stronger in a much stronger position to make an Edgar Wright movie, and I fully expect that Edgar Wright will come back at some point and do something. I don't think it'll be Ant-Man because I think they've already established what that is now, and I don't think he'd be that interested in coming back and messing about with that. I can definitely see Edgar Wright coming back and doing something with Marvel, and I really hope he does, because I don't know, Edgar Wright is a respected director, but he's not, he's never really stepped that far out of genre cinema into a much higher grade. He's never looked like he was in danger of creeping into sort of Nolan territory or anything like that. So I think Edgar Wright would be well placed to make a Marvel movie now, and I think Marvel would be well placed to make an Edgar Wright movie right now. So I hope it happens.
I'd take it over fucking Baby Driver 2 any day of the week. I'll tell you that for free.
Yeah. I could see Edgar Wright closer to doing something in the Star Wars universe than I could do going back to Marvel.
Mm-hmm. I could see him doing something with DC as well. There's a whole bunch of characters that they've not even gone near yet. I mean, obviously Joss Whedon's doing Batgirl, but if for whatever reason, apparently, yeah. If for whatever reason Joss Whedon dropped out, Edgar Wright would be perfect for Batgirl.
Is Elijah just too old for Batgirl
now? I'd be perfectly happy to see her in a Batgirl outfit. I don't care how old she is. Yeah, I think Edgar Wright would be perfect for something like Batgirl, because Batgirl's got, especially the Batgirl that they're going for, which is the more modern run, the run from the last few years. There is a sort of teen comedy vibe to modern Batgirl stories, and it sounds like that's what they're going for. I assume so, based on the fact that they've got Joss Whedon doing it. So I think Edgar Wright would be perfectly placed to do that, or any number of other characters in DC Universe as well. So, but DC aren't as trusting of their directors, really, are they? I don't think.
They were too trusting with Zack Snyder, to be fair.
Or maybe too. Well, yeah. So they're trusting of the wrong directors.
Yeah. Does Ryan Coogler get one of the big ensemble Marvel movies at some point, do you think?
Well, they like the Russo brothers at the moment, don't they? So we'll see what happens.
I'd be a lot more excited to go and see I'd be very excited to go and see what he could do with more characters. Because this is the great... One thing I will say about Black Panther is he almost feels like I watched it going, there wasn't that much Black Panther in this. There was quite a lot of other characters. He's almost playing second fiddle sometimes to these supporting characters, which I think I was fine with. But it's just Coogler's handling of essentially making this an ensemble cast, I thought was really good.
I think we're going to get away from... I think after Infinity War 1 and 2, it's obvious, it's already pretty clear that we're not going to get another Justice League movie. And I think after Infinity War 1 and 2, I think there's going to be a few years where we lay off the big team movies and we have some standalone adventures, and I, for one, I'm all for it.
Well, that's the thing. Is now. Why would you get? It's got to be a bit of a pain in the ass to get them all together to make these movies that are going to take 6 months to make, and then you're going to have 2 months press. So effectively, you're saying to somebody, right, we need you for 6 to 7 months to make the fucker, and then we need you 5 months later for like a month or so to promote it as well. And getting everyone together to do that when they can just make these standalone movies that still make the same amount of fucking money.
Well, I mean, like the two Avengers films are basically being shot over the course of a year. It's like people kind of dip in and out of them, but they've kind of got to be toned and ready to go at any point, really. I mean, like, bless Chris Evans, man, because he probably can't have a fucking sandwich for a year. You know, like, and yeah, you're right, though. I mean, it's mind-boggling. And I think having a few of them in the one is how they're going to, like, you know, Thor Ragnarok. Perfect example.
The Spider-Man Homecoming, Thor Ragnarok, yeah, absolutely. And I think that's the way to go. Because I think, I think that's the way to go, because I think what's going to happen is they're going to have to judge audience taste as well, because what we're building up towards is we're being told, you know, this is what it's all been building towards. This is what it's all been building towards. It's big things are going to happen. It's all going to be changed. This is what, you know, this is worlds colliding. Part one is all of the characters that you now know in one thing, all fighting each other. And then part two is worlds will be destroyed and everything is going to be reset. After you've done that and you've told audiences that, you can't then go back to them and go, next year it's going to be even bigger, because people are just going to be like, oh, Jesus, I'm tired. Just give me a story. You know, so I think there's going to be a few years where we bring it all back down a little bit. Certain characters won't be with us anymore, hopefully. I'm really hoping they do follow through on that. Certain characters won't be with us anymore. Having a little bit of a reset. We need to get to know new characters a little bit better. We're going to need to get to know Captain Marvel. We're going to need to get to know a couple more people that they're going to bring into the fold after that point. We're going to need to have some adventures. We're going to need to say goodbye to another couple of characters. We're going to have to move Tony Stark into director of S.H.I.E.L.D. World if he's still alive. And there just needs to be some downtime and some fun adventures. So, yeah, that.
Good.
Yeah. So is it next? Is it the... Because Infinity War's next, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's Ant-Man and the Wasp is later on this year as well.
Yeah.
This year, yeah.
And then is it Captain Marvel and Infinity War Part 2 next year?
And
next year.
And I believe an unannounced one, if I remember correctly. Because they're doing 3 a year now.
And I would expect Black Panther 2 to be probably 2020, maybe. They're going to be pretty quick at getting another one of those out, I would have thought.
Yeah.
Who's doing the Captain Marvel movie?
Oh, it's fucking Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck.
Oh, yeah.
The Harv Nelson guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
And that's got potential.
That's interesting.
Fun as well.
They did the Mississippi Grind as well.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did.
And it's fucking...
That's a fucking weird one.
It's Brie Larson, Samuel L. Jackson, and Ben Mendelsohn.
Fucking hell, I'm... All right, yep. I'm fucking sold on that.
Yeah, it's an interesting combination, that.
And Jude Law.
And Jude Law?
Yeah.
Wow.
Jude Law is Marvel, who's like the original sort of alien being that gives his powers to Captain Marvel. So that's going to be an odd character for him.
You could totally see Jude Law as an alien, to be fair.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like Ian really enjoyed that, and then we've come along and kind of
you
parade a little bit.
No, you guys haven't harshed my buzz at all. And to be fair,
good.
You know, like, I have often been in the negative with, like, wishing there were people that, like, kind of got what I meant. So I hope that people who listen to this who aren't as high on Black Panther as others, including myself, have listened to Noel and Mark and been a bit like, okay, cool. There are other this is not the game-changing Rotten Tomatoes 100% thing that
Yeah.
Which is cool.
It's still good.
And I was kind of ready to be like, oh, that wasn't all that, but I just really enjoyed my time with it.
I liked it. It's a good film. It's enjoyable. Yeah, it maybe is a little bit too long, but most things are.
And by the way, that entire sequence in South Korea was fucking fantastic.
Yeah,
like that whole thing was just really, really, really fun. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, what's up? Right, these post-credit and end credits things that Marvel have become kind of like a thing for. Is it about it really? The one for, was it Spider-Man Homecoming, where it literally is it's almost like a two fingers up at the screen, where it was Captain America saying,
"Oh, that was fun."
Yeah. Wouldn't that have been a good place to stop them?
No,
because it just feels like we wait now and get to the end and go, what?
Mark, no.
So you enjoy waiting for him?
Yes. Don't take my post credits away from me, Mark.
But they're shit.
No, don't take them away from me. I need them.
They're shit though.
No.
They're shit.
No, I need them. I desperately need them, and I know that's terrible. I get it.
No, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Why do you keep moving your laptop? What's going on?
Oh, sorry. It's me. It's my hands on the table. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I look forward to them loads, and they give me a lot of joy. And even with the Spider-Man Homecoming one, which was, a gag at my expense, I thought it was hilarious. And I was really into it.
I really enjoyed that. I liked that, but I thought it would have been.
I would take that over this. I would take that over this.
But they're always like that. They're always just a bit boring.
No. So what happened in the post bit then? It was Bucky getting woken up.
The mid credits one was
Mandela Begins
going drifting directly into his best Nelson Mandela impression, and from there the post credits. So did neither of you watch the post credits?
I watched the post credits.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, because I can't not. Because I know it's there. I can't not fucking watch it.
I literally would have missed my train if I watched the post-credits, and apparently I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah. It was... So basically, we know that Bucky is in Wakanda. We know that Bucky was frozen in Wakanda because it happened at the end of Civil War II. And we know that he's going to be unfrozen because we know that he's in Infinity War. So... The post-credit scene is some kids sort of staring down the barrel of the camera, and then T'Challa's sister, I forgot her name, calls them away, and then you see the tent that they were in, and Bucky comes out of the tent, and he looks tired, like he's just woken up. And he wanders over to her, and she says something like, "Hey, you all right? How are you feeling?" And he says, "Oh, I feel all right. Don't know. I feel a bit rough." And then they go, and then she says, "Okay, let's go." And then they go. That's literally. Is that about right, Mark? That's
pretty much it. I think you might have oversold it.
Fucking hell, is that it? Jesus. So it was hugely disappointing.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't want I'd rather take a joke one. A Howard the Duck or
I'm fine for like that, but that feels like that should have been the mid-credit scene, and the Mandela Begins bit should have just been the end of the fucking film.
Yeah, it should have been the end of the film, absolutely.
Because people left.
Yeah,
people left my screening when the credits started. People left because I don't know. Not everybody. We live in a little bit of a fucking film bubble, and not everybody knows about these.
The thing is most of these post-credit stings, most of them have been gags.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with it. Like, if you think about the Avengers with the Shawarma and Howard the Duck, and like most of the time, they aren't teasing the next film or they aren't teasing anything particularly big. A lot of the time, they are gags or they're little in jokes and stuff like that, and I'm fine with that. But just to have something as boring as this,
Well, that was just tacked on.
Yeah.
It was literally that was like they went, "Oh, what have you filmed for the post credits bit?" And he went, "I hadn't." And I said, "Oh, shit. All right, we'll start something."
I mean, like Infinity War is really soon. Like, so are you telling me that they couldn't have got a little bit of footage of something, of somebody having a conversation or making a phone call or just had, even if they'd have just managed to get, because we know that Cap comes back to Wakanda. We know that happens because we know that he's going to get this new shield. So could we not have just grabbed Chris Evans for a minute and had him, like, arriving back in Wakanda and saying, "I need your help" or something like that? Just anything.
Shit, man. The post credits of Ant-Man is a bit from Civil War where Bucky's there and it's I know a guy.
It's exactly. It's just a scene, isn't it, from Civil War? Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah. So that was hugely disappointing, and I know it's bad that I'm disappointed about these things, but I do, I look forward to them and I wait for them. And this particular credits seemed really fucking long. They had a lot of digital artists on that film.
They did have a lot of digital artists in that film.
Did they have any Kendrick Lamar playing during the credits?
Possibly.
I don't think it was by that point.
Because the colourful credits before the mid credits was him and a lady.
Yes, and that was good. Yeah. Sia. Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
So that was good. Yeah, I liked that.
Okay. That was a long review.
Yes, it was a long review there.
A lot longer than fine, which is all I thought I was going to say.
I think I slightly turned things round a little bit there. It was sounding very negative for the first 10 minutes or so, and I think I pulled it back. I'm quite pleased.
Yeah.
To be honest, I'm in a better place with it now than I was before. I'm at a seven and a bit now. Before I was at a strong 7. I'm looking forward to a rewatch. Is what I'll say.
I'd have gone in and watched. I'd have gone in and watched that shit again if I had the chance. I was really, really hard in. I think it's the best Marvel Studios one since Civil War, personally, and Civil War's a really high benchmark for me. So
I need to rewatch Civil War because I remember really enjoying Civil War.
I think it's fucking
I rewatched it just last week, and if we're comparing this and Civil War's on a different planet for me. But
does that hold up on a rewatch?
Oh yeah,
Civil War's great.
It's brilliant. Yeah, it's the best It's the best Avengers film, probably.
Fuck, man, you're probably right.
Yeah. I mean, the spectacle and the achievement of the first Avengers film, you can never take away from that. But in terms of the way they craft the story and they pull the characters together, Civil War, man, fucking hell.
Isn't it
a blinding job there?
Isn't it fucking mental that we now live in a world where these films just happen, where all these characters fucking team up? Like, I remember pre-Avengers just how crazy that was. That they were all going to be in the same film.
Can you remember how terrible it was in the past when superhero movies tried to cram more than 3 characters? Do you remember Spider-Man 3 and how awkward it was trying to get all 3 of those characters to work together? Yeah. Now we can have Marvel movies that have like fucking 10 characters bouncing around and it somehow works. They're doing good work.
It's a different fucking world, man. I still remember that day I saw Avengers for the first time and just being like, fuck me. Like, they actually managed to do that, didn't they?
Yeah.
And
this is it. Yeah. Somebody who's grown up on what I've grown up on and having read comics my whole life, and particularly been a Marvel comics reader and a huge Iron Man and Cap fan and Avengers fan, to see this stuff and to almost be at a point where I take it for granted.
Yeah.
And to have my son like into it now, because, you know, if I go up to Charlie's room, there's just Avengers toys everywhere and Avengers clothes everywhere, and Avengers you walk into Asda and there's Avengers pajamas everywhere, and there's 15 different Avengers magazines laying around, and there's toys everywhere and stuff like that. That was just not the case when I growing up, and they're just part of the fabric of everything now. And it's amazing, you know, to to have this level of not just this amount of money and this amount of attention, but to have this care. You know, the fact that there's a Black Panther movie that's out in cinemas now and it's been made with such fucking care and attention is just... And Black Panther, you know, like, they're doing a Captain Marvel movie next. It's just fucking... It's bizarre. It's amazing.
And I mean, I don't know, just like... I don't know, the whole cultural identity thing as well, just... You know, people saying that now black kids have a hero that they can look up to.
Yeah.
There is an argument for why couldn't they look up to Iron Man or Spider-Man, but I get it. It's fair enough. You know, why I don't understand. I can't comprehend the seismic impact that must have. But if you're like a black comic book fan who's raising a kid now, and you show them Black Panther, like, that's got to be fucking seismic.
It is. And it's not just... The thing is, there's the representation thing, which is obviously huge. So black kids now get to have a superhero that looks like them, and that's amazing.
And I hope there's more of them, man.
Better,
like, that new Spider-Man film, the animated one that's coming out at the end of the year.
We're going to get Miles,
awesome.
We're going to get Miles Morales as well, and that's great. But I think with Black Panther in particular... Yes, you've got the representation thing. Yes, young black kids will now have a superhero that looks like them, and that's great. But also, there's a deeper culture. Like, Black Panther isn't just a black hero; he's an African hero, and everything is so, like, you know, the style. Is it neo? I forget what it's called now.
Afrofuturism.
Afrofuturism. So it's all a design style that is absolutely based in African culture. So there's extra levels of depth there that you can go into if you want to. So, you know, young black kids who have, who are maybe second or third generation, their grandparents are Africans and perhaps speak with an accent and can tell stories about where they came from. There's that level as well. So it's not just about how it's not just about how Chadwick Boseman looks. It's about the whole culture that's attached to this film. So, you know, aside from my moans about the fact that the last act is the Phantom Menace and the bad guy ends up being slightly boring, there's all that going on with it. And for that reason, it matters, and it is important, and it's a good thing that it's happened, and it's a good thing that it's happened with, as I say, such love and care. Like, it's been done with genuine love and care. So fucking what a world.
It is. It's the same thing as you know. Just because I didn't get on with certain bits of it, doesn't mean to say that I aren't really glad that other people got on with it.
Well, yeah, that's it. I mean, if there's an 8-year-old black kid who's been taken by his dad. Let's say there's a black dude who grew up on Black Panther comics, and he wants to take his young kid who's 8 years old, who sits down and sees his skin color represented in a Marvel movie as a lead character for the first time. That kid isn't sat there going, "Well, I don't like the character arc of the bad guy, and I don't really the third act reminds me of the Phantom Menace a little bit." That kid's coming out of there, leaping around the cinema, jumping off chairs, and pretending to be Black Panther. And that's what these films are for. That's what they are for. So, you know, fuck what I think.
Exactly. And that's fucking cool.
Yeah.
It's interesting because in the build-up to this, people have been saying it's the first actually relevant Marvel film and blah, 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 blah. And, it's easy to laugh at that, but I don't know, man. Like, yeah, all right, fair enough. And I don't know, it's got shit to say. It doesn't smash you over the head with it. It remembers to be entertaining. And
I thought Ryan Coogler said about it. I thought was the best. Was the best response I've seen to people mentioning that, to be honest. Where he just said, I'm glad people are having that reaction to it. I'm glad that's the reaction people are having to it. But I just wanted to make a movie that everyone would fucking enjoy.
Yeah. Well, he did. He did it with Creed as well. That
was where I started. It wasn't, I want to make a movie for African Americans or Africans or black culture or anything like that. He said, I just wanted to make a movie that everyone would really fucking enjoy, and I got to do it whilst also representing and getting to research, the history of my own culture, and that was really fucking cool. And I thought, there you go, that's it. That's the guy who's written and directed it, and he fucking gets it.
Yeah, if Ryan Coogler's approach to this was, I'm going to make a movie that says something, I'm going to make a movie that changes things, I'm going to make a movie that is the most relevant Marvel movie of all time, then you'd end up with an absolute shit show. When people go out of their way to make a statement and say something with their art, then you end up with the Manic Street Preachers, and nobody wants the Manic Street Preachers. So, if you're going to approach this stuff, make a cool movie, make it fun, make it for the 8-year-old kid who wants to dress up like Black Panther and jump up and down on the couch, and intertwine some nice cultural references and some deeper layers in there as well, just to make it a bigger and deeper and better movie.
So what you're saying?
What he's done.
So what you're saying is Black Panther 2, if you tolerate this, your children will be next, is not your most anticipated film of 2020?
I just like to use any given opportunity I can to state how much I hate the Manic Street Preachers, and it just seemed like a great opportunity. So,
well, you stole the sunshine from my heart. What's the vote, Mark?
The vote is, I'm just getting it up right now. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Definitely not shit. 64%. Touching Cloth 14%. Shit 7%. And Geostorm 15%.
So 22% of people thought it was shit or a Geostorm. Okay,
yep.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Oh man, I wish I wasn't. I wish I didn't have a cough as much, because I would have fucking nailed that shit then. Anyway, right now I realise it's a bit late, and I don't know how much longer we're going to record for. But Noel, how do you reckon the Antonio Banderas film Security got financed?
Okay. Right. All right. Okay. I want you to come with me on a journey.
He's moving his laptop again.
He is moving his laptop again.
So I'm not moving my laptop. I'm not touching my laptop. Okay. Right. I want you to come with me on a journey. It's 2015.
Yep.
Okay. Can you think back that far? It's 2015. Everyone's looking forward to The Force Awakens and Furious 7. You're in Millennium Films headquarters. Monday morning meeting. It's a Monday morning, the big company meeting. Everybody sat around the giant wooden boardroom table. Right, next on the agenda, we've got this script for security. Okay, folks, where are we up to? Casting team, what's happening? Right, Antonio Banderas, he just really wants to do it. He didn't even want to see a script. He's just really up for it. He just really wants to do anything. He's bang up for it. He doesn't even want any money. Great, that's fine. Okay, did you speak to Ben Kingsley? Yes, Ben Kingsley is up for it, but he'll only do it if he gets to test out some new accents. Great, let's have him. That's great. Phone him back, tell him we want him. Production team, where are we up to on budget? Production team, we need about 15 million. Okay, well, nothing, because we spent the last of our cash on Mechanic 2 Resurrection. So we're going to have to be a little bit more creative about how we come up with this money. So, has anybody got any ideas? Intern at the back of the room, quivering, handing out Starbucks to everyone.
Yeah.
I've got a suggestion. Okay, Ned, what's your suggestion?
Yeah.
Right. Well, the movie's set in a shopping mall.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, sort of. We're going to make a shopping mall out of cardboard and cheap paint instead of actually shooting on location. But yes, Ned, what is your point? Right, well, shopping malls have stores, they have adverts, they have products. So you could just approach all the brands that we want on screen, get them to front some advertising cash. Is that a good idea? Ned, you're a genius. Keep up the good work. Someday you'll be as rich and powerful and well respected as Harvey Weinstein. It's 2015.
Good stuff.
Get me Leonard from Marketing Partnerships on the phone. I want his whole team on this, right? So they go to Leonard. Leonard draws up a big list. He gets his best people on it. They've got this giant list. It's got McDonald's on it. It's got Levi's on it. It's got Subway on it. Gap, KFC, Starbucks, Apple, everything that you'd expect to see in a modern shopping mall. Everyone is on this list. Week passes. Leonard's team are busy round the clock, phoning people, speaking to all these brands. They're not having much luck. They've gone pretty much through the whole list. Leonard's getting nervous. He's been called back into the meeting on Monday morning. The production team wants some good news. Banderas has been on the phone every single day. He just wants to know when he can come down and start shooting people. He's super fucking keen. And there's one name left on the list. One brand that Leonard's team haven't got to, and it's Leonard's Hail Mary moment. It's his opportunity to right all these wrongs. He snatches the list, marches off to his office. I'm going to handle this myself, he says. He picks up the phone, he dials the number, and he says, put me through to the head of marketing partnerships for Smeg Fridges.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello, marketing partnerships. Lauren speaking.
Yeah.
Hello, Lauren. This is Leonard here from Millennium Films.
Bravo.
We're working on this movie with Antonio Banderas. And Antonio Banderas, Lauren says. Yes, says Leonard. Oh my God, my wife loves Antonio Banderas, and she's been threatening to leave me for the guy who works for marketing for Zanussi. Can my wife meet Antonio Banderas? Yeah, sure, Leonard says. And can we have at least 3 key scenes that feature Smeg fridges? Yeah, of course you can. And could we maybe have a whole shootout that takes place around some Smeg fridges? Yes, of course, says Leonard. And that is how 2017 Security was funded.
Bravo.
Yep.
You're right. You're absolutely right. There's a lot of Smeg placement.
There's a lot of Smeg in that film.
Right, I've got to remember the episode of the name of the episode is Smeg Placement. The name of the episode is Smeg Placement.
But it's not just that there's so much Smeg placement in the film. It's that nowhere else in that entire cheap-ass cardboard mall that they created, they're one single recognizable brand. All of the shops, I spent most of that film reading the names of the shops in the background, and they're all called things like Sweet Treats and Magic Times and stuff like that. And everything that they sell is like really bogus stuff. It's fucking amazing. But then right in the middle of the mall, for some reason, you've just got all these Smeg fridges and Antonio Banderas having a shootout around all these Smeg fridges and signs. It's so bizarre.
I think the minimum requirement for being a voice on Dude and a Monkey from here on in is that you must have seen Security.
Yep.
And you must have your own theory about how it was funded.
I've got my own theory, but it mainly involves tax.
Yeah.
You think that every Antonio Banderas director VOD film is a tax scam, don't you?
I said that, didn't I, a few weeks back? Like,
Yeah.
I was talking about fucking whatever the fuck it was called, that one that I reviewed. I actually got paid to review, and I can't remember the name of the fucking thing. The Simon West
one-name
one.
film. Yeah, what was it?
What
it was a one-namer in it.
What the fuck was that film called? Jesus.
I don't even think Simon West remembers what that film's called.
It was the rock star. Gunshy!
Gunshy.
Fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
Do you know what? I heard you review that, and I Googled it, and I very nearly watched it. But
You don't want
the way
to pay
Antonio
for it.
Banderas looked on that film, it just looked Yeah.
He's good value, as he always is. There is no way in hell you ever want to pay to watch that film. If that film is part of a subscription service or on TV, cool.
Yeah.
That's the way for that film. But did you like?
I would love to know.
Oh.
I would love to know how many Smeg fridges Melanie Griffiths got in the divorce settlement as well. They've probably got about 6 fridges each.
You do have to wonder if the fact that he's in these films is just totally divorce bills.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad, even though he's top lining an Amazon series, and he's in a film that's already getting some early Oscar buzz for next year. So hopefully he's turning it around.
Is it sponsored by Smeg fridges?
I don't think so.
Is it about the man who invented Smeg fridges?
Well, it's made by the people who did that Dan Stevens film, The Man Who Invented Christmas. They just got a bit fucking. No, well, okay, that was a really bad joke. I'm sorry.
It was a sell fridges joke, was it?
The man who invented Smeg fridges, starring Antonio Banderas. Anyway,
I'd be fine. I'd watch that.
how will we? I don't think Mark's eaten. I don't know if
I've not. Has anyone got anything that he's to talk about with? What is it?
Can I just mention Gary Oldman is Winston Churchill?
Yes,
because that film should just be called Gary Oldman is Winston Churchill. Because it's
does it have anything more than Gary Oldman in makeup doing Winston Churchill impressions?
Joe Wright makes it less of a slog than you would maybe think it is. It has actually got some interesting visuals at points.
What if you've been thoroughly bored by everything Joe Wright's ever done?
Hannah. Were you bored by Hannah?
Yeah, I thought it was. Honestly, I thought it was literally. It was. That is a Chemical Brothers music video with a bad rap round.
Right. Okay. We're going to have a conversation about that one day. Anyway.
Yeah. See, that's interesting because I really love Hannah, but I also remember just how much Ian liked it. So
I watched it and I really didn't get on with it.
I was very, 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 very high on Hannah for a period of time.
There's a Chemical Brothers video in the middle of it.
No, fucking so.
But the rest of it's just boring.
No, fuck off. Right. Okay. No, we're gonna have that discussion.
Does that mean I have to watch it again?
Right, I tell you what, maybe we should do that as a Patreon-only thing.
Okay.
I tell you what...
and I promise I will rewatch it again, going into it... What is it? Trying to enjoy it.
Fucking... Alright, fine. Alright, fine. You weren't going to like Gary Oldman as Winston Churchill. You're still going to have to fucking see it before the Oscars, Mark, so...
I fucking know.
Are
we doing an Oscars show this year?
Actually, by the way, I booked the day off after, so yeah, I'm up for it this year.
Good, because I have as well.
Sweet. No?
I'll be honest, it seems unlikely.
Right,
Bex is joining us.
Hey, really?
Yeah, she's taking the day off as well.
All right, sweet. Okay.
Sleep is too precious a commodity these days. If I can maybe join you for a bit, maybe I will. But
I've got the prime thing of Dom now works from home, so she has kindly agreed to take Lottie to school in the morning. I can sleep and then just pick her up from school in the afternoon and look after her in the afternoon instead. So,
I am going to sleep and then go to Five Guys for lunch.
Very good. That is strong. So yes, Oscarbation 2018 will happen. Yes.
I've watched 4 movies this week that weren't Black Panther or Baywatch. So I watched Baywatch as well. Baywatch is a lot of fun. And they were all directed by the same guy, and they all star the same star. I guarantee you cannot guess which star and which director.
Same director, same star.
Yep, 4 movies.
Shit. Genre? Yep. Can you give us a clue? Genre?
Blockbuster.
John Carpenter. No. How many? 4?
4. Yep. 4 movies. Same director. Same star.
Decade?
First one is 1997. Most recent is
Shit.
2012.
Shit.
Yep. Do you want another clue?
Scorsese, DiCaprio.
Nope. Do you want another clue?
Blockbuster. Yeah, go on.
One of them is a western.
What, like Kevin Reynolds, Kevin Costner?
Kevin Costner.
Kevin, not Reynolds or Costner.
Kevin Sorbo?
Kevin Hart. Kevin Smith.
Nope. You mentioned all movie Kevins, but this one.
What the fuck?
Oh, God. It's
Spacey?
Fat Kevin, isn't it? Is it Fat Kevin?
Nope.
Kevin
You
Spacey?
mentioned every Kevin, but this Kevin.
Not Kevin Spacey.
Nope.
Kevin McAllister. Is it Home Alone?
Oh, no, hang on. Fucking... hang on. King of Queens cunt.
No.
Kevin James?
No.
Right, literally, you said
another clue?
every Kevin and we've named another 3 Kevins.
Got a final clue?
Yeah, go on.
One of the stars sang soundtracks to the movies.
Fuck me. That's not helpful at all.
Right, will be.
One of the stars of the film sang the soundtrack to the movie.
Yep, at least 3 out of the 4, maybe even 4 of the 4.
Fuck?
I don't know what's happening.
Big hits as well. Big hits.
Kevin?
Kevin is in one of the movies, the Western.
Hang on, Kevin's only in one of the movies?
Yep.
I thought you said Kevin was in all the movies.
No, Kevin's in one of the movies.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Do you give up?
Well, yeah, now I do, because my train of thought's completely gone, you bastard.
All right, the Kevin is Kevin Kline.
Right.
Right. Who's the director?
Barry Sonnenfeld.
Okay, so Wild Wild West.
Yep.
Shit, alright, okay. He didn't direct In and Out, did he?
He didn't direct it out, no.
No,
But Kevin's just the star of... He's just in Wild Wild West. He's not in the other ones.
Right, okay, so Wild Wild West, Men in Black.
Yep. Think about it.
1997 to 2012. Men in Black 3?
Yep, and Men
What,
in
and
Black.
Men in Black 2?
Yep.
So you did the Men in Black trilogy in Wild Wild West?
Yes.
You're a fucking maniac.
And not only that, I bought Wild Wild West last night on iTunes because I thought, do you know what? I want to watch Wild Wild West because I despised that movie in the cinema.
Wild Wild West, the only notable thing about Wild Wild West is the fact that it was responsible for the creation of the bacon rodeo cheeseburger in Burger King.
It's that movie that movie deals with racism more head on than Black Panther.
Well, I'm sure it does.
Yeah, literally, there is a Kevin Branagh literally calls Will Smith's character a coon in it at one point.
Yeah, you wouldn't get out these days, would you?
Honestly, I was shocked at Wild Wild West at how much racist language there is in it, and the fact that there's just quite openly a whorehouse in what is a family movie. A lot of whorehouses in family movies. Have you noticed that?
I'm glad that was the film where John Peters, the producer, finally got his wish to have a big giant mechanical spider in a film.
Yeah.
He wanted that in Superman films for like years, didn't he? And he finally got his wish in Wild Wild West.
What I will say is this: Men in Black, right? 98 minutes. Men in Black 2, 88 minutes. Men in Black 20 years ago cost $90 million. Men in Black, like 25 years ago, cost $114 million, and it was 88 minutes long. And do you know what? The first 2 Men in Black movies, I really enjoyed rewatching them. They were a lot of fun. it makes you realise how fucking entertaining Will Smith can be when he wants to be.
Mm-hmm.
And
how does Men in Black 3 hold up? Because I can barely even remember that.
I enjoyed it more this time than I remember watching it previously.
Jermaine Clement's quite good value in that, I seem to remember.
He is actually, he's actually quite good value. It's that one is 106 minutes long. It'd been better if it was 96 minutes long, but it still holds up quite nicely. The Josh Brolin and Tommy Lee Jones playing the same character thing is quite nice, and Will Smith's still really quite charming in it.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow, West held up quite well actually as well.
I just want a bacon rodeo cheeseburger, man. It was the bacon cheeseburger with the onion rings in it, dude. Like, it's just fucking nuts. And it's still called the Bacon Rodeo to this day, and it was because of Wild Wild West.
I did not know that. That's pretty cool. That. No, anything you watched?
I rewatched Spider-Man: Homecoming. It's great. I rewatched Civil War. It's great. Apart from that, Cloverfield Paradox, which you covered last week, I liked it a lot more than a lot of people. I think I just had a really good time with it. I think there was an element of, hey, this is free, so that helped with that. But apart from that, not really anything, I don't think. Obviously security, but I've kind of covered that as much as I think I need to.
We do actually have a question.
Ooh. Oh, we do, yeah.
Yep, from Brad. Asks us, if Gow or Lady Bird win Best Picture / Director, do you think Hollywood will feel they have fixed diversity?
No,
not a chance. Because I think it's sadly it's a problem whereby it's not a problem that the people who want it fixed actually want it fixed. They just want to shout about it.
Yeah, pretty much. And no comment from Noel. So.
I've not seen either of those films. I don't care about awards. Fuck
have you not seen Get Out?
I've seen Get Out. Sorry, I thought you said Gow.
The famous Best Picture nominee, Gow.
Yeah, it could be nominated for Best Foreign Language Film. I don't know. I've seen Get Out. I've not seen Lady Bird. And awards, man. I'm fucking done with awards.
Yeah, they're bullshit, but I'd still get an amount of entertainment out of how wound up people get about the greatness of the I was snubbed for this. No, they weren't snubbed, they just weren't nominated.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. But no,
I feel like I'm kind of with Ian on Get Out a little bit in that sort of it doesn't feel like an Oscar film, really. I mean, it's not. I think you were talking about the fact in terms of you were both talking about it in terms of as a directed film. I mean, fucking hell, it's not. It's got something to say, and it says it very well, and it's very well written. Maybe it's a best original screenplay. Is it an original screenplay?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Then yeah, fair enough. But best director or best film, I don't know. It doesn't feel natural for me. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I to be fair, I think I got 5-1 for it to win Best Original Screenplay, and I'm feeling pretty good about that. So, we'll see. That's going to be interesting, that, because I think it's basically going to be Lady Bird versus Get Out, which, it's the film directed by the woman versus the film directed by a black man. Neither of them are going to win Best Picture, so have at it. So, we'll talk about Get Out quite a lot on Oscar-Bation night, I think. But
yeah, I'm going to rewatch it before then as well.
I rewatched it. It's a good film. It's in no way. It's one of the films of last year. It doesn't mean it's one of the best films of last year.
Yep.
I mean, I enjoyed it a lot, but
yeah,
in terms of going back to what I was kind of saying in terms of sort of direction, and it felt in terms of direction, it felt not. I don't want to be really harsh on it and say something like a Netflix thriller. But in terms of the look and feel of the film, it felt a bit just like a sort of DVD thriller. Like it didn't feel particularly. It wasn't a beautiful film. So
agreed.
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, should we end it there? I think that's probably late enough for everybody tonight, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, why not? Just one thing I've got to add. Letterboxd.
Mm-hmm.
When was the last time you clicked on a poster in Letterboxd?
Oh dear, I'm going to do it right now.
Click on a poster in Letterboxd.
What, in the app?
Yeah, go into the app, pick a film.
Right, Black Panther.
Yeah.
What's going to happen?
All upset.
Click on the poster.
Yeah.
Poster goes big.
Yeah.
Now flick the poster up, down, left, or right.
What? What do you mean?
To get rid of the poster.
Oh, yeah, no, just...
Ah!
That's tricky, isn't it?
Goes like a little weird angle, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What do you mean it goes at a weird... What? Whoa, shit, hang on. Ah! No, I don't like that.
Oh, wait. Ian, you can flick it into a corner.
Whoa.
You can flick it into a corner.
Oh, hang on.
Flick it at like virtually every angle.
I right now, I am throwing Daniel Day-Lewis's like a motherfucker.
There's literally minutes of entertainment there.
Hey, you underestimate how entertained I can be by things. Hello, security,
Anyway,
Antonio Banderas. There you go.
Shit, man. It's like you can fucking... Oh, shit. Can you, like, do... No, you can't. All right. Fuck, man. You can grab it from any angle.
How unnecessarily nice is that?
Who did that?
Oh, wait.
It's very satisfying, that
went
is.
through it one way, took it right in the corner,
shit.
and then threw it the other way.
No, I tell you what, though, man. They need to do some multi-touch shit with that, though, so that you can kind of, like, twirl it around.
I am right now. I have hold of Margot Robbie's. I'm going to be honest. I'm actually on a crotch right now, which I didn't realise, and I am just spinning around.
I'm fucking like, oh shit, that is
and now
nice.
she's fucked off.
Oh, I wish I could do some screen recording.
That was one of two. I've got one more thing. While you're on Letterboxd, if you could just search on Letterboxd the movie Good Time.
Is it like the 15th result down or something like it is on Amazon?
No. I think it's the first one.
Good Time, yeah, the Good Time, directed by.
Click on the poster for that.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you feel that poster properly illustrates the tone of that movie?
Oh yeah, man. No, it's
Robert Pattinson popping out of a weird bottle of drugs with a lady trying to screw the top on, and he's looking at the camera like, "Hey, what's going on here?"
Yeah, that does look like it's just been released on Arrow and it was found from the 1980s.
That is the worst poster.
The poster for Good Time, literally should just be Benny Safdie's face at the end of that film with Good Time over it.
Yeah. Great movie. Anyway.
Holy shit. There's an actual review. 2 people have watched 1517 Paris. I don't believe that. Fucking liars.
That film is mental. Like, that is just... It's come out...
It's fucked off.
And it's fucked off, yeah. Like, there's a Clint Eastwood... I mean...
Has it come out?
Yeah, man, it came out last week.
Sure. Right.
And it's done nothing, and good, because Clint Eastwood probably is responsible for people getting killed because of American Sniper. So I'm glad that his film is not done very well, because I don't like Clint Eastwood, and his whole legacy's been tarnished for me, because American Sniper is actually reprehensible. So, fuck you, Clint. You fucking twat. Stop making films. Fuck you. Right, good night.
Good night. Thank you very much for listening, folks, and we shall see you next week.
And thank you very much to Noel. I'm glad that Noel has proved that he's not racist tonight. It's it's a very good thing. and I'm looking forward to welcoming Noel for Pacific Rim Uprising, which he'll be. I'm predicting now he'll be bang up for.
Yeah.
Rampage, which I think he will I think we'll all enjoy Rampage.
Yeah.
And Avengers Infinity War, where he won't like it.
Where I'll be disappointed.
Yeah.
Probably.
He'll be shouting, well, it wasn't as good as fucking Justice League.
Well, I'll be back for Aquaman.
And then Aquaman, where we'll all just fucking jizz over Jason Momoa's chest. Oh, what a fun time that would be.
Sounds difficult to clean up.
Oh, sounds amazing to clean up.
Yeah, as long as he's smooth and it doesn't get all matted.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what.
No, that'd be fine. I'll pick that shit out. Wait for it to crust up and then just pick it out.
Jason Momoa's Jizz-Mated chest hair.
Oh.
I think you've got a new title for the show.
Nah, man, Smeg placement staying. Smeg placement staying.
Well, no, Jason Momoa's Jizz-Mated chest hair.
Even though, to be
All
fair,
right,
I think...
I'm taking that for my new punk band, then.
Actually, looking at the stats for downloads of the show, sometimes I think it does depend on what the episode name is. So what is going to get more downloads, Smeg placement or Jason Momoa's Jizz-Mated hair?
And neither really sums up what it is that we actually talked about.
Shall I put a Twitter poll out and just run it for like 24 hours and just say what would be the best title for this week's show?
Do that. Do that. I'm going to vote as well.
I'll do it now. Okay, I think let's just leave it there. Yeah, I'm too far gone. I've still got a bottle of Elvis juice left. What a fantastic night! Thank you very much, gentlemen. I very much enjoyed that, and I hope everybody
Me too, guys. Thank you very much.
Always a pleasure. Speak soon, gents. Bye.
Cheers, guys.
Speak soon, guys. Bye.
I'm going to do that right now.